I'm Jennifer Thomas with SessionGirls, and I am here with the wonderful, talented, beautiful Andi Vicious.
Hello, everybody.
And this interview is sponsored by the maleversusfemale.org forum, so thank you to all the guys that have participated and asked Andi these great questions that I'm going to be asking her. And yeah, so are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right. Thank you for accepting to do it at the last minute, because I know that we didn't have much time to prepare. I'm going to start from the end. So a question for you is, have you ever used your fighting skills in real life, and what was the outcome?
Yes, actually. So usually I try to, stay out of those bad, dark places, but you find yourself in there time to time, and you can't get away from it. This particular day, I was at a Quick Trip, local gas station. It was really, really late, and I was attacked by a guy. He tried to sucker punch me, and he got kicked in the balls, and he went down onto his knees, and I put him in a rear naked choke, and I choked him unconscious.
Oh my
Until his friend came out and was apologizing profusely, begging me to please let his friend go. So I pushed him on his face, got in my car, and hauled ass out of there.
Oh my gosh. So why did he even?
He was telling me that he was going to do things to me that I was not wanting, and that's how it was going to be, and I refused, and when I refused, he didn't like it, so
Wow.
taught him a lesson.
Now, were you scared at any part? I mean, I would have been.
So I'm always, in the moment, no, I don't panic. It's really weird. It's always, afterwards where I'm like, holy shit, that just happened. Oh my God, what just happened? But no, in the moment, I was more just, surprised and immediately angry.
But you felt like you instinctively knew what to do.
Yes, I had joined a gym months before. I'd been working on self-defense, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, and I was able to defend myself so he didn't hurt me, and then I was also able to diffuse the situation.
Wow. Well, thank God that you took control and did what you needed to do and put him in his place, and
He'll never do that
he'll
again.
never mess with a woman again.
Mm-mm.
Who are your toughest opponents as far as bigger women or smaller women?
Okay, so this can go two ways. There is nothing like wrestling a very small girl who has skill, because they move around you like a spider monkey. The smaller you are, the quicker you move. And before you know it, you're just fighting arms and fighting legs, and it's just all over. And with bigger people, of course, you're having to deal with the weight and the strength, so you've got to be more technical. So it just kind of depends. It really does. I say for me, it's a 50-50. I enjoy all different shapes and sizes because everyone feels different. Everyone feels different, and it's like a new challenge every time.
Yeah, that's true. I always feel like the bigger women for me are easier. I don't know why, but
They move slower.
Exactly.
They
feel
move
more in
slower.
control. Unlike this with the smaller ones.
I am the
Oh my
spider
gosh.
monkey in that case.
When was the first time you remember putting someone in a scissor hold? Since then, have you used the scissors on someone who did not have a desire for it? Perhaps at a party or something like that. Have you randomly put them in as scissors?
Yes, quite often I have people underestimate strength and power, and I used to bartend all the time, so I would often have men that would bet me that they could easily take my scissor, and they were very wrong. Some of you could probably attest to that, but yeah, I've done it quite a few times. Anytime someone wants to challenge or say, oh, whatever, I'll be the one to show you, for sure.
And I love that feeling too,
Yeah, no,
because they're like in shock.
Yeah,
You
they're
know?
like, what just happened?
And you're just smiling.
No,
at them.
no, man, there's something in my pocket. There's something in my, yeah, bullshit. You're a bitch.
So the next question is, does doing competitive sessions with guys actually help you with your MMA training, or does it degrade your skills? I don't think it's
So no, it does not degrade my skills. If I only degrade my skills when I do not perform technically. If I'm being lazy or something, that's where that happens. But no, anytime I have competitive matches, whether it's with women or men, it always helps for sure. Men typically are bigger, and you guys have a little bit more upper body strength. If you have any kind of muscle or size, then it's usually I'm at the deficit. So I really have to be technical. So it absolutely helps for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever been beaten by a smaller girl? And was it embarrassing for you?
No.
You've
No.
No?
No, I haven't. Not in sessions, no. Not in sessions or shooting. I've had some training partners that were smaller than me for sure. Roll me up into little balls, but that's what makes us better. It's not so much embarrassing as like a dang it, I'm gonna get you, little thing. I'm gonna get you next time. But yeah, no. Not an actual real competition, no.
Okay. Because they say don't ever judge a book by its cover.
Right?
You know?
No,
Like, you never
I know. A lot of small
Great
girls,
things come in
like
small
I said,
packages.
training partners is a different story. I have some smaller training partners that are
Right.
just awful to deal with. They're just horrible. I mean, in a good way, but
Well, they're the ones that make your skill level get better.
yes,
Right?
Those are the ones we underestimate. We're like, I'm gonna take the easy road and I'll just put my weight on her. But when they're
Yep.
more technical than you are and they know more than you, even smaller doesn't matter.
Right.
Does not matter how small you are. You can do
Did you
anything.
hear that, you guys?
Mhm. Even the small people, y'all technical small people are difficult to deal with.
Who do you find it harder to wrestle, men or women?
Women.
Me too. I say the same.
I don't care so much if I I'm putting too much weight on you or whatever. Like, it's harder to wrestle women. We are definitely more flexible.
And more stubborn.
We're more stubborn. We're competitive with each other, and yeah, it makes for a lot more play too. It's more fun. More fun sometimes. You get that real competitive match. Don't get me started.
I'm glad I'm leaving after this. Now, what percentage of your sessions are competitive, and how often do you beat the guys in your sessions?
If I wanted to, I could do nothing but competitive sessions. I get more requests for competitive sessions, I think, than anything, but I usually keep it like 50-50. I do a lot of competitive, but I also have to limit that. I can't do 5 hours of competitive matches 6 days in a row. My body just can't take that. So I like to balance it a bit. And, having some fantasy matches, some semi-comp where it's a little bit more playful and fun, those are nice to mix in there. I really like that.
Gives you a little breather.
For sure.
Yeah. Do you like to do your victory poses, and what are your favorite ones?
Yes. I love the victory pose. I love it. I love when I have the foot on the body or the face.
Yeah.
Face. If you're a guy, your balls.
There you go. If you haven't booked with Andi yet, here's your time.
I got a great kicking foot. Great kicking foot.
Who was the most dominant competitive wrestling match that's ever taken place in the southern part of the United States? Like, it's kind of funny that they're specific like that. Like Texas or Arkansas or Oklahoma, where you
For me,
Yes.
personally? Oh.
your most competitive wrestling
Most
match.
competitive wrestling match.
Was it with a
See,
guy or a girl?
A guy, I'm trying to think in Texas, because I beat everybody in Texas. My most competitive, I have a friend that I regularly see in Dallas that I wrestle, and usually it's pretty even. It's pretty even. I usually have the upper hand, but he gets really close sometimes.
Really close, but
Really
does not
close.
win.
Not quite. I like to also, when I do sessions sometimes, if you are interested in learning, like, I like to teach you little things or tell you what I just did to you and why you couldn't stop it. And so, yeah, sometimes I'll see you this month, and then a couple months down the road, you learned some of those lessons and picked up those tips and kept them, so it's a little bit more challenging the next time.
But do you sometimes regret teaching them?
Sometimes I do, or I'll say silly things like I was about to just say for an example, and I give away my little secrets, and then I'm like, dang it, okay, well, you know that one. I've got to come up with some more.
Oh, I love it. Now, what is the wrestling scene like in Oklahoma?
Well, everybody knows Oklahoma. We're all wrestlers. It's where the best wrestling comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So Oklahoma, that's the place to be. If you want to actually learn real wrestling, real jiu-jitsu you can get anywhere. I won't say Oklahoma is the jiu-jitsu spot, but as far as wrestling, come on, come get some.
What about mixed wrestling?
Mixed wrestling, come get some. Same. It goes across the board. Come get some.
But do you find that there's a demand for mixed wrestling in Oklahoma, or is it pretty?
Yes.
There is. Okay.
Yes, we have. Oklahoma is a little bit smaller population than some of the bigger cities, but because of our wrestling in the state, we have a big draw for wrestling. A lot of people will travel into Oklahoma just to come to our girls. We have great wrestling, so that's what we're known for.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I thought it was Ohio.
Nope, Oklahoma.
As far as arm wrestling, yes. What does it say? It says, have you ever taken part in any arm wrestling or tested strength matches against any other women?
Okay, so yeah, and this is not something I'm so dominant in. I'm new to arm wrestling. I love it. I think it's so much fun. But some of y'all know some things that I don't yet. But when I figure them out, oh, you're going down. Oh, you're going down. Yes, no, I'm new to arm wrestling, and I have thus far, I usually get beat. My last arm wrestling.
But I don't think it's because of strength. I think it's because of technique, and you just got to figure out that technique.
Well, I will say this, and I Bianca. Mm-hmm. Bianca's smaller than me, right? Right?
Yes.
She beat me like it was nothing. It was nothing. She's so strong. So yeah, we gotta learn some things so I can know what these little tricks are for arm wrestling, guys.
Yeah.
I've got muscle and I'm strong.
So how long have you been doing mixed wrestling for?
So I've been doing mixed wrestling for Sessions for about 2 years, but I've been wrestling boys my entire life. I grew up, my thing was, I'll use this one example. I had a kid steal my bike one time, and he threw it in the creek. So I went to his house, and I put his face in the mud in my dress, because I just happened to be wearing that. He picked the fight, whatever. I like to rub their face in the mud, and if you have mud on your face, immediately I feel like I won, like regardless. So that was my goal. If I got into little tussles, I'd rub your face in the mud, and we're done. Good, we're done. So yeah, it started then, and I started actually competitively wrestling about 11 years ago, and the majority of my training partners have always been men. So I mean, mixed wrestling, it's been a part of my life, my entire life.
And you have to enjoy it.
I love it.
It's like you're getting paid to do something you love to do.
Yes. So it's my passion, and what this has been for me is the things that make me who I am. Whether it's the wrestling and the martial arts, the performing, doing aerials or fire dancing, or domination and fetish, that's all been part of my life before any of this. And so I've just been able to find something that takes all of the best parts of me that make me happy in who I am, and I can create something from that and share it with other people and make them just as happy as it makes me. So it is very mutual. I absolutely am passionate about what I do.
Yeah. That's what I hope for all session girls, like you just feel it. You just know it's like something you love to do.
Finally, this is where I belong. I've never fit anywhere. And this is where I fit.
Right. I know.
Yes.
So, well, thank you so much for doing this interview. And where can the guys find you? I know that you've been touring a lot lately. And you're about to take a break soon. So what's the next couple cities you're going to be at where they can catch you before you take a breather?
So next, I'm going to be in New York and in Pittsburgh. then I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'll only be doing sponsored trips. But I travel. When I do travel, I'm driving, so keep up with my travel list. If I'm anywhere along the route, I will stop off, book last minute. I'm a traveler, it's what I do. And if you want to find me though, you can go to my Linktree/Andi Vicious. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, as well as SessionGirls. Andi Vicious, it's on everything. Or my Instagram is Beauty Andi Beast.
Love that. It's like Beauty and the Beast,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, thank you, Andi, and thank you guys for watching.
Thank you, everybody.